Welcome to the Learn Biology podcast, where we break down complex biological concepts and make them easy to understand. In this episode, we're going to be talking about proteins and their importance in biology. Proteins are biological macromolecules that perform a wide variety of functions in the cell, including structural, catalytic, and regulatory roles. Let's dive in. Proteins are essential macromolecules that perform a wide variety of functions in the cell. Proteins are so important that they play a key role in every cellular process, from metabolism to reproduction, movement, immune responses, and much more. Proteins are made up of long chains of amino acids, which are joined together by peptide bonds. There are 20 different amino acids, each with a central carbon, an amino functional group, a carboxyl group, and an R group that is different for each of the 20 amino acids. Each of the amino acids can be categorized based on their chemical properties. For instance, some amino acids are polar and some are nonpolar. The arrangement of the types of amino acids in the final protein influences the shape and function of the protein, and how it interacts with other molecules. The structure of a protein is closely related to its function. Proteins can be folded into different shapes, and these shapes are crucial for their function. The first level of protein folding is the primary structure, which is the linear sequence of amino acids in the protein joined together by a peptide bond. The secondary structure is the way the amino acid chain is folded into alpha helices and beta sheets, held together by hydrogen bonds. The tertiary structure is the three-dimensional shape of the protein, held together by many types of bonds such as covalent, disulfide, ionic, and hydrogen bonds. And finally, the quaternary structure is when different folded polypeptides join together as subunits to make the final protein. An example of this is hemoglobin, which is the protein in your red blood cells that transports oxygen. Hemoglobin is composed of 4 subunits that bind to oxygen. The proper folding of proteins is important for each specific protein to carry out its important function. It is important to understand, however, that proteins can be easily disrupted by environmental factors like heat and chemicals, which can cause them to lose their three-dimensional shape and function. This process is called denaturation. In conclusion, proteins are essential macromolecules that play a vital role in the cell. They have a complex and specific structure that is closely related to their function. They can easily be disrupted by environmental factors and lose their function. Knowing the way proteins are built and how they work is crucial for comprehending various biological mechanisms and developing strategies to combat illnesses. And that concludes our episode on proteins. We hope you have a better understanding of the importance of proteins in biology and the relationship between structure and function. Join us next time on the Learn Biology podcast for more exciting topics in the world of biology. Thank you for listening to the Learn Biology podcast. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. See you next time.